Hi, Ronald Pruitt here of For a Good Cause. I'm going to walk you through how to build a simple peer-to-peer fundraising campaign through our platform. So to build a new campaign, you're going to log in to 4agc.com. You're going to click on campaigns on the left. It's going to show you a list of your current campaigns. If you want to build a peer-to-peer campaign from scratch, you would click the Create Campaign button and you would choose peer-to-peer. This will enable you to build both a landing page, which will be the hub for the peer-to-peer fundraising, and the donation page, which will be used to take the donations themselves. So in this example, we're doing basically a very simple peer-to-peer campaign. You want to raise money. You want to allow those who support you to be able to build their own peer-to-peer fundraising pages. If this campaign was also an event, maybe you need to sell registration for, and you want people to fundraise for you, and you want to take donations, you would choose this as well. For this purposes of this example, we are just going to kind of build a simple peer-to-peer fundraising campaign. You would click continue, and it would walk you through the configurations. You also can duplicate a campaign that you already have in place, maybe that already has a piece of this. That can make things a little quicker for you. I'm going to do that. So I have a donation page campaign here that I like. I'm going to click duplicate. This is going to put me into edit mode for the brand new campaign, and I'll be able to make changes to this. And I'll be able to add a landing page to this donation page, which again will be the hub for peer-to-peer fundraising. Let this duplicate here. All right, it's ready, and it's redirecting me. So I'm going to rename this so the name is unique. Everything else that's here can stay under campaign info. I'll have a goal of 50,000. All my payment options are turned on the way that I want them. I've got some contact information, some colors, and a logo here. I'm going to leave the status as active. I'm going to click the update button here at the bottom. I'll take a quick peek at my donation page, which I already had configured from the previous campaign. There's really no difference for a peer-to-peer campaign in how you build a donation page. You're probably used to doing that on our platform, but it's going to be things. I've got a headline, I've got an appeal, I've got at least a campaign image on here, I've got the frequencies that I want to choose, I got my amounts and my impact statements, a thank you message after someone gives. Got some gift designations. Let me back up just a second. For a peer-to-peer, actually I do typically uncheck options that I would normally have on an everyday giving page. I typically turn off tribute giving. And the reason I do that is because in peer-to-peer, they're already sort of giving in support of a person or in honor of a person by giving through their page. I also typically turn off what we call our donor comment, which is a catch-all field that asks donors to leave a comment, because we have a very specific peer-to-peer comment page that allows people to post their comments as they give. All right, I'm going to click update to update that. And let's go over to the landing page. This is something, if I'm already got a donation page on the campaign, I will need a landing page. Again, this is where the hub of the peer-to-peer giving will happen. This is where you enable that function. So I'm going to enable this landing page. This is going to get me to the landing page builder, which I'll show you in just a moment. But you first need to turn on the peer-to-peer fundraising option. So you check this box. First time you do it, this would be blank. I've actually worked on this campaign before. So you would put in a suggested goal. What do you think your fundraisers should raise? Typically should be something that's reasonable for them. Think about who your constituencies are. and how much it would be easy for them to raise. Then you're going to put in a suggested fundraiser story for them. This is something that would appear on their page as sort of their story as to why they are fundraising for you and why a donor visiting their page should make a gift. So something like, I am raising money to help save the bat population, and then here's an impact of what a donor can do for that. Some of our clients will prompt maybe with a question here. I like to just make it really easy on the fundraiser and just plop in exactly what you want them to say there. Just makes it easier for them. Once you've enabled this and put in your suggestions, click update. That's going to make that landing page come into the campaign. It's going to save the peer-to-peer options. Then go into the landing page builder and start to build your landing page. I've already done a little bit of work here to get us started. So the landing page can consist of a hero section and then up to 6 content sections below that. The hero section is what appears here at the top. It's typically where kind of introducing the campaign, you're naming the campaign, and you can show a thermometer to show progress on that campaign. So anytime you want to edit a section, you're just mousing over it on the left here. Let's say I want to edit the hero. I'll click that. That will launch a little pop-up. The hero sections, if you click next to the layout there, they do have 3 types of layouts that you can do for the hero. Basic is a headline, subheadline, and buttons, typically with a background image. Featured video is headline, subheadline, a YouTube embed, and buttons. Featured image is typically like a logo. This is a lot used for events and things like that, maybe a logo of the event. Headline, subheadline, buttons, and typically with a little background color. In this example, I have configured the basic layout. That's what most of our clients use. So I've configured a headline, a subheadline. I have turned on the thermometer, so that's where you check that box. When you initially build a campaign, you have 2 color options that you've set. So we pull those into the landing page setup, and then we provide white, black, and gray. And you can change any of these. You're just kind of selecting those there. I've added a background image for this hero. Background images are really just to provide some visual texture to the hero section. They're not meant to be information providing. They do sit in the background. They are not meant to communicate details of an event or anything like that. They're simply there to provide some visual texture behind the headlines. And then you should always configure a button or multiple buttons in each section. So I have configured, you'll see that there's the little add button. That's what launches that. I've configured 2 of those. You put the label on it, and then you link to the functions of the campaign that you want to. You're linking to what you can do inside the campaign. In this campaign, I have a donation page where people can give. The other function is to become a fundraiser. So that is, you're allowing someone to click that button and then create their peer-to-peer fundraising page. So I've configured one button that says donate that goes to the donation page. I've chosen the dark background color for the button there. And I have another that says become a fundraiser, and that goes to the become a fundraiser function. And I've, again, chosen a dark color there. And as you can see on the right, it will show me what I'm working on. I've configured another content section under that. This one is 2-column. The content sections that go under the hero can either be single column, which that text, it'll be text or images that appear in the middle. So a single column in the middle. 2-column is text on one side, image on the other, either left or right. You also can set up a video embed with under those circumstances, you just put in the URL that you find it on YouTube. No embed code or anything like that. I'm going to edit this to column 1. So I want to change my image. I think my image is too long right now, so I'm going to remove that. I'm going to choose a new file. Oh, and it's too big. This is a good example here. I'm going to go into my editor here. I use PaintShop Pro. There's lots of kind of image resizers that are out there. And I'm going to resize. I'm going to size this down a little bit. And I'll go maybe 50%. And we'll try that one. Okay, I got that small enough now. Images should be about less than 5 megabits. And then we will click update. It looks a little better now. So, you know, the main types of content that I would put on a peer-to-peer fundraising page is 2 things, really. One would be a section to convince the donors that visit your landing page to give. And I would include a headline. I would include some text that does that. And then I would include a button. So I've got the headline. I've got the text. I've chosen the background color for that text. I've got an image. I can choose whether that image is on the left or the right in this 2-column space. And I've got a button. And you can add up to 3 buttons in any section. The other thing that I would do is add a section that explains to those visiting the page that we want them to become fundraisers, how to build their page. So I'm going to choose 2-column again. I kind of like 2-column is really I think it's one of the better looking content sections here. So let's say become a fundraiser. All right, let's be a little more creative here. Help us save the bat population. Help us save bats in Gotham. How about that? We need your help. Please create a fundraiser page by clicking the button below. You'll help save the bat population. And provide care for injured bats in your town of Gotham, wherever Gotham is. I'm going to choose a different background color than the one above it here. It is typically good to kind of alternate colors as you go down. And choose a different image here. I want to put it on the right, just kind of alternate that. I do want a button. This one's going to be, let's call this Create Your Page. And I'll use the dark color and I'll click update. There we go. You know, this is just kind of dummy language, but the 2 things that you want to communicate on a landing page that's involved in peer-to-peer is when someone visit, why should they give, and then you want to encourage people to create their page. You could add some additional instructions here. To click the button, you'll need your photo and name your page. Maybe you have some kind of standard ways that you want them to do that. You can add up to 6 content sections, so feel free to add other things that you need. I think this will do pretty good for our example. Once you're done, just click done. That brings you back into here. I want to take a look at notifications. Those should be fine. I had those in there already. My thank you emails that are going to go out. You want to check off that you will get an alert when fundraising pages are created by the users. So I'll click update there. When you go back out to your list, you have both a link to a landing page and a donation page for this particular campaign. Click for the landing page. This is where you're going to be sending people, is to the landing page. So I've enabled a thermometer. I've got 2 buttons in the hero there. I have a section on giving and a section encouraging people to create their page. A landing page will show you the top fundraisers here. They will show you any campaign activity. This is comments that people can make as they give. Now, when you launch a peer-to-peer fundraising page, I typically recommend to seed that, with a page or 2, and with some donations as well before you hand it out to the public. Let's look at a couple of ways that you can get fundraiser pages on here to seed that. Now, you can pass this landing page to someone and just have them click become a fundraiser and do it themselves. Let's take a look at that. I'm going to take this page into another browser here so I don't have to log out as a nonprofit admin. I'm going to click become a fundraiser, and you can see it loads in the goal that I put on the back end, that $1,000, and it loads in that story that we want that fundraiser to tell. Now, as a fundraiser, I can choose whether I am fundraising on my own, joining an existing team, or creating a new team. Now, it's really up to you and how you instruct your audience, your fundraiser audience for this particular campaign, what you want them to do. If they choose fundraising on their own, they're just building a kind of a singular, peer-to-peer fundraising page. It's just for them. If they're creating a team page, what that means is first they are creating this fundraiser page, and then there'll be a button on that page that says join the team, and then others can create a fundraising page that's connected underneath that. So then their totals will be added to the team page totals. Either way works. It's really about, is this more of a team competition that's going to have pages underneath those? Maybe is this like a college alumni competition where the teams are the years, a year of a graduation or the decade of a graduation, and then individuals are creating their own personal pages underneath that? Or is it simpler where, it's just everybody has a singular page and they're out there fundraising for you? Most of the time, instructing them to use fundraising on my own is the simplest way to go, unless you're specifically trying to create a team structure. They will create they'll name their page. This is going to be Bruce Wayne's page. I would have some type of naming structure for this, so kind of everybody sort of has a similar way that they're naming their page. We'll briefly summarize the page. I am raising money to help vets. This is just a short, less than 200 character little summary that's going to appear at the page. And they're going to upload an image, something that represents them or represents the team, represents the campaign in some way. Typically, that's a person loading up a profile shot. So we will load up a Bruce Wayne photo. A square image is typically best. And what you're looking for is the focal point of that image should be in the center. That's what's going to work best for your users. I'm going to leave the story as is, and I'm going to click Create Fundraising Page. It's going to prompt me to create an account. The donor can do that. I already have an account, so I'm going to click the Sign In. And this should already have me logged in, actually. And there we go. I have created my page. Now I will get a welcome email. Go to my email here. I should get a welcome email. So I got, as the creator, I got a welcome email that says, congratulations, your fundraiser page has been created. Invite your friends to it, basically. And it gives me a link to my page and the URL of my page. And I can share this. Or while I'm on my page, I can share it, on social media, send out an email, however I might want to spread the word. And then people will visit this page, they'll click to donate, make their donation, and this page gets credit for that. So that's how once you invite people, that's how they can create their page. You, if you have that alert set, will get an alert, fundraiser page alert, letting you know that a page has been created, and you can go click that link to go check it out. That way, you're in full control of these pages. From the back end, you always can click on fundraisers, and this is where you can manage those pages. So let's just go find Bruce here. I can click the three little dots. I can either view his page, I can see donations on that page, or I can edit that page. So you are in full control of these pages from the back end. The donor will also have this in their donor account with you. I'll show that. So now under campaigns, the donor can see, there's the Bruce Wayne page, and he can edit that as well from his back end. Both on your end and on the donor side, once the page is created, they do have an additional little extra custom feature here where they can add a custom campaign image or video. I'm going to grab a video to show you what that looks like. And we'll grab this one here. Hi. So I would choose video. Okay, it's just the URL. We'll save the page. Now, if we go out and look at it again, let's see, I've got video. It appears right below the top section there. Or another custom image can go there as well. So let's say you want to instead seed the campaign from the back end. Maybe you want to create these pages for somebody. Maybe somebody who's not quite as savvy to do it themselves. So from the fundraisers section here, you can click create, new fundraiser page. Then you need to, these pages are associated, just as you just saw, with a donor login, with a public side login, separate from your nonprofit login that governs this particular admin site. So you need to either see if that person has already created a page before. You could do that by start typing their name, like my name here. I've created many pages in here. Or if you can't find them, then click new, and then you will create a login for them, putting in their email, first name, last name, create a password for them. This is something that you will just hand out to them. You will let them know that you have created a login for them. You will once you've created the page here, you will give them their page. You will also let them know that they can log into their donor account with you to be able to manage that at any time. I should note that you can find your donor accounts by clicking on account on the top right, scrolling down and clicking the little donor account little box there, and that comes to the donor account URL that you can hand out to that particular person. So when you're filling this in, you're going to fill in the same things that the donor would, that the fundraiser would on their side. So are they on their own, joining an existing team, creating a new team? You need to choose the campaign that you need to connect it to. This basically connects it to the landing page so it appears there. Put in a goal, name the page, summarize the page, tell the story, upload an image, and click Create Fundraiser Page. So you can do it from the back end here as well. So let's create one. Actually, this will be page for Dick Grayson. He's fundraising on his own. He's doing this particular campaign. He's going to try to raise $500. His story. Now you probably would kind of paste in that same story that you had for everybody. I'll do that. Upload an image, and I happen to have Mr. Grayson's picture there. I'm not going to worry about the custom image, and I'll click to create that. And then I can go out and take a look. There we go. And then that's the URL that you'd hand to Mr. Grayson, and he can start fundraising. So I'm going to click the little logo at the top. It's how you can always get back to the landing page. If I scroll down, now you'll see that we have 2 pages here. You always can see all your fundraisers at the See All link there. It'll show you both fundraisers and teams. You can come back to the landing page with the logo there. Comments of support, as I mentioned, will appear down here. I certainly recommend, once you've got some pages seeded in there that, maybe it's a board member, somebody can kind of seed these with a $5, $10 donation for any page that's created. That's going to help give a little momentum to your peer-to-peer fundraising page. Another thing that I've seen some of our clients do is, in the section of the landing page that, you talk about making a gift, you could emphasize, choosing a fundraiser page. I like to, by taking the See All link and then adding it to that section and kind of emphasizing it. So I'm going into the landing page builder. We're going to go into that section here where we talk about that, and I'll say, support your fundraiser with a gift. And then I'll link that just as another way to kind of push them into seeing everybody there. I'll click update, and that will add that. It's another way to get into there. When they do give through the page, let's say I just decide to donate generally, then I can search for the person I want, like Bruce Wayne, and it's there as well. That's another way a donor can find that. Or they just click directly from the page that they found or that they were directed to. Most of the traffic that you'll get to a peer-to-peer campaign either will be from you to the main landing page or really from your participants sharing their URL so that people can come and donate to them. Once they click donate, that person gets the credit. Hope this helps you build a short and simple little peer-to-peer fundraising page. If you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you.